I'm Kevin Harlan, along with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry, our terrific analysts, and David Aldridge is our sideline reporter. And here we go, the battle between conferences. It's East versus West, where the Miami Heat will be looking to make a statement. Last time in Oakland, they lost to the Warriors.
And in that game, guys, their three-point shooting really was their own worst enemy. Even when they got the open looks, they just had an inability to knock them down.
The three-point shot, an essential weapon for every team to have. It can't completely disappear as it did tonight.
And before we get going, let's hear from David Aldridge on the sideline. David?
Well, Kevin Durant is back after missing most of 2015 after requiring a third surgery to repair a bone in his foot. He said it was the first time I had to face something being snatched away from me that I loved so much. I just tried to stay positive and feel that if I put the same work ethic in, then things will turn out all right for me. Kevin?
Great to have him healthy and back out on the floor, D.A. Thank you. And so much can change between now and the end of the season. Brent, have you ever had seasons that started poorly but ended much better, or vice versa?
Well, there's no question that as you get deeper into the season, a lot of things can change. Injury can disrupt that process. And then the trade deadline can always be really interesting, Kevin, with new moves and new personnel coming in, and that can shift the mentality of a ball club. So got to stick with it mentally, continue to do your job. You got to stick with the process, Kevin, and the season will end up being exactly what it's meant to be.
And now the Golden State Warriors starters. It's the Splash Brothers in the backcourt. Pachulia is out there with Green, and it's Durant in at the small forward position. Count that one. Green's got the first basket of the game for the Warriors. Heat on offense. Here's Waiters. Pass to Magruder. Right side a screen. To the paint. Here's Dragic. Lays it up and banks it in.
Credit to Whiteside on the screen there. He really frees up the look for his teammate.
And here are the Warriors now. Curry kicks to Pachulia. Pachulia with the screen on Waiters. Thompson passes to Pachulia. It's deflected. Out of bounds. Miami takes possession. Warriors on D. Pass to Magruder. Whiteside kicks to Babbitt. Right side a screen. Dragic dishes to Waiters. Clock at 6. Dragic with a screen for Waiters. Shoots from the elbow. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact and he'll shoot two. Well, one thing, Brent, with Dion Waiters is that when he is on, he is red hot. He's one of those players who will get single-digit points for a few weeks, then just explode for 25 or 30 points out of the blue.
Well, that sounds nice, Kevin, but most coaches are seeking consistency, and he's really not had that in the early stages of his career so far. So still trying to figure out his role, but he does bail out his team every now and again with those kind of scoring binges.
Good on the second free throw.
Still struggling to find some consistency as an offensive player, but Waiters does get to the free throw line a fair amount for a guy who shoots so many threes.
Basket's good. Well, Merry Christmas. I mean, that was a freebie.
Yeah, he paid attention in arts and crafts school right there. Didn't have to work very hard at all for that one.
The Warriors shooting their first free throw of the game here. First 1:30 gone here in the first quarter. Feeds it to Babbitt. Right side a screen. Dragic kicks to Whiteside. The basket drops and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
And a nice show of strength from Whiteside there. Slapped on the shot, but still makes the basket. I mean, there's no doubt that every offense thinks about Hassan Whiteside and what he can do to you on the defensive end of the floor. He bothers so many shots with his height, And his length, his timing to go up and swat shots away is just unprecedented. Nice to have a big man in the league that does things like that on that end of the floor.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Thompson. The Heat have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. And about 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. Right side a screen. Here's Babbitt. 6 to shoot. Right side a screen. Dragic with a wide open look. A three-pointer is right on target. Dragic has got 5 now. And thinking again on Whiteside, Brent, that is what sticks out to me. His ability to time up blocks with his height is something you very rarely see.
Well, the one thing, Kevin, he does so well is the long arms. He keeps them down and then extends them as quick as possible to get to the ball. And I think that offensive players don't realize he's got a chance to get to him. But that's why he's one of the league leaders in block shots.
And here are the Warriors now, following the score by Miami. And it's out of bounds. The Heat will take it the other way. And looking deeper at some postseason numbers, here's a look at the distribution of 3-point and 2-point shot attempts for Miami. Here's Dragic. He's got 5. And they have certainly been looking locked in offensively.
They sure have, staying aggressive and playing under control.
Now the dish to Whiteside. Now the pass to Waiters. Here's Babbitt with the 3. And Pachulia pulls it down.
Very lazy defense there, but luckily they got bailed out by the missed shot. He won't miss many of those opportunities.
Yep, it counts.
And this is where KD is so versatile. The defense playing him to shoot. He spots the open man, hits them with the perfect pass.
Here's Waiters following the basket by Draymond Green. Outside Dragic. There's the 3. Green with the rebound. Warriors trail by 3. Thompson for 3. That shot no good. Thompson against Waiters. Puts it up from 12. Misses off the left iron.
Fantastic team defensive effort there. They made him uncomfortable taking that inside look, and it showed in the release.
And it's Green missing. Miami leading by 3. Pass to Whiteside. They set the pick. He feeds it to Waiters. And Thompson sends it back. And up the court come the Warriors on the break. Green with the ball.
That's feel-good moment right there. 3 of 4 so far.
Miami's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Here's Whiteside. That's in, coming off an assist from Dragic. Whiteside's got his second bucket.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Curry kicks to Thompson. Pachulia against Whiteside. Thompson outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Green, no luck. Last outing for Golden State, they won that game against the Rockets in Houston. Raiders against Durant. Now here's Waiters. Defense right on him. Dragic against Curry. Shoots. That's short off the rim. Warriors trail by 3. To the inside. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup.
So elusive on the offensive end. Very difficult for any defense to match up against.
Pass to Magruder. Right side a screen. Here's Dragic. Again, Dragic missing.
His shot's just, it's not there right now. With his team leading, perhaps, let's focus on some other areas of the game.
And Green with the basket on the assist by Curry. That's now 8 points for Draymond Green. He'd have gone 5 of 12 from the field since the opening tip. Well, Miami certainly loves their heroes, and if you made a Mount Rushmore of Miami Heat players, Dwayne Wade is certainly the biggest face on that monument.
And it would really be remiss if you didn't consider what it is that LeBron James did in his short time down here in South Beach. But I tell you what, Kevin, certainly Dwayne Wade would be up there, Kevin, and then you have to think of Alonzo Mourning and all the things that he brought in terms of his success and heartbeat for this franchise. But you might want to reserve some space up there in that rocky crag, Kevin, for their general manager.
JaVale McGee's checked in for Golden State. Here's Waiters. Green with the block. And that's out of bounds. Miami will retain possession. Johnson, he's checked in for Dion Waiters. Right side a screen. Here's Babbitt. He's off on that one. And Golden State will come the other way. Thompson passes to Kerr. Back to Thompson. And the Warriors miss again.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Babbitt dishes to Johnson. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. And it goes on Draymond Green. Well, these days, teams have really gone away from offensive rebounding, transition defense, such an imperative.
Well, I think Greg Popovich started it off in San Antonio, and then Doc Rivers adopted it in Boston for many years because the numbers will tell you the percentage chances of grabbing an offensive rebound for your basketball team are not very good. And if you take those kind of risks, calculated as they might be, it's a disadvantage for you to get back in transition and set up your defense. So a lot more teams adopting the 4-back and 1 take a chance at the offensive rebound mentality.
Part of that analytics contribution we're talking about before. Things like that point those things out to the players.
Yeah, and the numbers aren't lying.
Right, exactly. Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. Andre Iguodala is checked in for Durant, for Klay Thompson. And it's Livingston in for Curry. He hits the second from the line. One thing that Coach Spoelstra doesn't get enough credit for is his attention on the defensive end, Brent. Rarely do you see a team he is in charge of struggle on that side of the ball.
I think Spo has so many different ways that he can deploy his defense and gets very creative with the way he uses his active big guys out on screen and rolls. A great defensive mind in the game.
Shot clock at 2. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team. Let's pause to take a look at the teams that were tops in field goal percentage last season. The Warriors, number 1. In 4th, the Heat.
The percentage each of these teams shot was just outstanding. I mean, that's a result of unselfishness and great offensive rhythm.
To the left wing. Back to Dragic. Launches a 3. It's rebounded by Golden State.
He just doesn't seem to be himself shooting the ball right now, guys. Just looks a tad bit uneasy, and that's affecting the result.
McGee a screen. Shoots from the baseline. Takes a big high bounce and goes in. McGee's got it all tied up now for the Warriors. Miami's gone just 1 of 4 from 3-point range here in the first. Reed kicks to Whiteside. Reed a screen. Up top, Dragic. He's covered by Livingston. And the call will be against Sean Livingston. That is his first foul of the game. The Heat making a switch here. Ellington's checked in. The Warriors also with a sub. David West, he's checked in for Green. Johnson outside. Good ball movement here by Miami. Here's Whiteside. And that one goes long.
Not quite sure why he felt the need to rush that one. He had all the time in the world and just threw it up before he was ready to go.
Here's McCaw. Chance there to take the lead. Missing. And Miami shooting just 35% to start the game. Johnson kicks to Whiteside. Puts it up from 12. Whiteside missing again. The Warriors have gotten 7 of their first 16 field goal attempts to go down here in the first. Livingston passes to McGee. Iguodala outside. McGee is screened. Shot clock at 6. Pass to McCaw. Golden State needs to get off a shot. And it's West missing. Johnson kicks to Ellington. Johnson outside. Dishes to Whiteside. There's the feed to Reed. And it's slammed in by Whiteside.
Well, whenever Whiteside has a chance to dunk, man gon' dunk.
Here's Livingston. And it's Hassan Whiteside with the rebound. Whiteside's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. A nice shot by Reed.
And a big height advantage right there.
And sometimes it's not just the height, it's the flow in the shooting motion. Extremely effective from the mid-range.
Now here's Iguodala. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. And Andre Iguodala isn't the first option on offense he once was, Greg, but he still can come up with the occasional big game and clutch shot when he's out there in crunch time.
Yeah, he doesn't always start, but tends to finish games for the Warriors. One of the more clutch players at hitting big shots at the end. Always steps up in a huge way for the marquee matchup.
Free throw good, Iguodala. He hits one and misses one, each at the line. Well, people always say defense wins championships if you're running a team and trying to craft a lockdown squad. Brent, what are you actually looking for?
Do you have Kawhi Leonard's mobile number?
I've got it.
Yeah,
I'll pass it on. Yeah, it begins with Kawhi Leonard.
That's what I'm looking for.
The 2-time Defensive Player of the Year.
A great positional defender on the wing is an absolute must. And then the back line of defense, Kevin, is an interior defender who not only is a rim protector, but just a great position player. You look at Tim Duncan, and even in the latter stages of his career, he's able to put himself in spots on the floor where he knows he can be effective. Not about blocking the shot or taking the charge, but just in the way of the offense. So I always look for a guy on the back line who can bark out orders and hang around the rim to bother everybody coming his way.
I hear wingspan, I hear length. They talk about it in the NFL secondaries. Length is such a big deal. In the NBA, that becomes just as important, if not one of the most important defensive tools.
Length, and then also knowing how to use that length,
yes.
Kevin.
Free throw, good, Whiteside. And Hassan Whiteside signing a max contract to return to the Miami Heat this summer. What a dramatic change of fortune for a player, Greg, who'd bounced around early in his career.
And how about it, Kevin? I think he may be the first player in history to jump from making the NBA minimum to the NBA maximum in one season. He's going to be making 30 times more than he did last year. And who wouldn't like that kind of a pay raise?
Nice stroke from the line by Whiteside. You know, he's only going to get better from there with some practice.
Iguodala dishes to McGee. The shot, no good. Good work defensively by Whiteside.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
1:11 left here in the first quarter. Shot from 12. It's rebounded by West.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
Fires from 14. Hassan Whiteside grabs the miss. Whiteside's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Reed the pass to Whiteside. Johnson kicks to Reed. Whiteside, and it's slammed in by Whiteside.
Great to see Whiteside scoring at an efficient rate out there on the floor.
Feeds to McGee. Iguodala outside. McGee with it. Right wing. Here's McCaw. Lets it go from the baseline and nails it.
Oh, had his head on a swivel and found the open man. Nice assist.
Last outing for Golden State, they won that game against Houston. Now here's Johnson. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. He dishes it to Ellington. Read a screen. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Heat lead by 3. And we'll be back in just a moment with the start of the second quarter. Kevin Durant, former M.
I think it's another level I can go to. You know, always can be better. That's how I look at things. Teammates need me more than ever now. Coaches need more from me, so I got to dig deep and see where I can find it from.
And with all the weapons around him now, it'll be harder to deny him the ball. And the second quarter getting underway. No team gaining an edge so far. And when you consider how the Heat are doing, guys, what jumps out to you, stats-wise?
You know, they're not going to sit back and just take jump shots. It's all about attacking the paint and getting to the rim.
Well, those high-percentage shots have keyed their offense tonight, and until the defense packs the lane, no reason to shift their strategy.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, as the second quarter gets going. And Golden State looking at who they've got. Draymond Green is out there with Durant. Then it's Curry. Then there's Ian Clark, and it's Thompson in at the small forward. Here's Johnson after the made shot from Klay Thompson. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. Well, every year you see Kevin Durant putting up huge numbers on offense and is always in the mix when it comes to the scoring title. Brent, there is just no easy way to slow him down.
Well, it's one thing, Kevin, to score and be explosive that way. It's another thing to be efficient in your scoring. He's never averaged less than 20 points per game since coming into the league, and he's never dipped below 25 points since his rookie year. That's amazing stuff. And he puts all those huge numbers up at incredibly efficient shooting percentages.
And Miami making a change here. Babbitt's checked in. And he's good on the second. As the NBA, Brent, becomes more and more of a skill game where versatility is so valuable, you certainly fit that description as a player. Do you like the way the game is going in that regard?
I do like it, Kevin, and I'll return a question to you and ask you if you think that the skills of the players are just more honed than they were maybe 25, 30 years ago because of their availability to these specialized coaches. This was not the way it was for that generation of players.
Excellent point, but have the rules even enhanced it more that players can show more of their skills now?
Yeah, there's no question about it that the league has tended to go towards being able to allow guys freedom of movement, off-ball movement. The flow of the game is much better. The three-point shot, as we've talked about at length, has opened up the floor, and you get to see the grace and athleticism of some of the game's best.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, the 10th pick in the draft can sometimes be a diamond in the rough. You remember Paul Pierce went to the Celtics many years ago with the 10th pick, and Justice Winslow fell to the Heat with the 10th pick a couple of years ago. From day one, Winslow has proven to be on the elite side of defenders in the league. Eric Spoelstra told us he plays with a veteran poise, but also with a youthful intensity, particularly on the defensive end. Kevin, he's been a great fit in Miami.
He just makes winning plays, D.A. Thank you. Now here's Curry, following the miss by Hassan Whiteside. Here's Thompson, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot two.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
And this is his second trip to the line tonight. And he knocks down the first one. And so Thompson nails both of them.
And right there, you can see the time that's put in at the free throw stripe.
Dragic kicks to Waiters. Up and in, it's good. First basket of the game for him. 1 for 4 shooting.
I don't think he even saw the defender. It didn't matter. Waiters up to the challenge.
Dragic against Curry. And again, it's the Warriors missing. The Heat have gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. Kicks it to Waiters. They set the screen. The dish to Dragic. Wide open look. Draymond Green with the rebound.
Can't get anything to drop. I mean, the way he's going, it's probably not something he should try and shoot his way out of.
Can't keep forcing things when you're not in a great rhythm. Move the ball.
Now here's Dragic. He has 5. Here's Magruder. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a 3-point play.
Yeah, that's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here. And the free throw, no good. Warriors trail by 4. And Thompson kicks to Clark. Back to Thompson. And there's the pass to Clark. And that one, good. Clark's got his first basket.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Dragic dishes to Waiters. They set the pick. Pass to Magruder. Clock at 6. The tray. Waiters no luck. Golden State's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Thompson passes to Curry. To the middle. Ball's knocked loose. Trying to find Green. He's got it now. Unable to get that one. Good work defensively by Whiteside. To the inside. Durant kicks to Clark. And it's Dion Waiters with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
That is a terrible foul to commit. He now has 2, and he's going to have to play more conservative from now on.
The Warriors making a switch here. Pachulia's checked in. They get a hand on it. Here's Thompson. He's got 7. Green draws the double. Pachulia kicks to Curry. And it's all evened up.
And that's his go-to move right there in the low post.
The Heat have gone 3 of 7 shooting the ball here in the second quarter. Down low. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Thompson.
Now we get a chance to check out Kevin Durant. He's coming off an excellent season. 3rd in scoring. And he was just so incredibly consistent from the foul line. Had the NBA's 3rd highest mark.
To the left side wing. Magruder. That's in, and he's now 3 for 3 and looking sharp.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter. And now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
Curry against Dragic. Here's Pachulia. And good. Got the English that time as it falls. Pachulia's got it all tied up now for the Warriors. Dragic kicks to Whiteside. Waiters up top from past the arc. And Curry pulls it down.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
For Miami, they've gotten a little under 50% of their second quarter shots to find the mark. 4 of 9 all told. Outside Dragic. Back to Whiteside. He kicks it to Dragic. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Well, it's almost as if Whiteside had a watch on and showed patience, waiting for the defense to come down and draw the foul.
The Heat have shot 50% from the line on 10 attempts. That's a few too many misses.
In talking about last season, this team hit just 74% of their free throws. I'm sure they were hoping for better than that.
No good on that one.
The team just cannot get into a groove from the free throw line. It's a common problem for them.
Second free throw, no good.
And the charity stripe once again proving to be the Achilles heel for him. His free throws have been way off the mark.
Yeah, not a lot of talk going on defensively. That's a good shot for him.
Waiters dishes to Whiteside. He scores his sixth bucket from the floor with that one. He's shot the ball 11 times.
You can't allow Whiteside to get the basketball inside the paint like that. He is lights out from that close.
Thompson sets the pick for Curry. Durant for three. Durant with another miss. He'd have gotten exactly half their shots to go down here in the second. 5 of 10. Raiders against Green. Pulls up. Hits the front of the rim and out.
Ill-advised shot there.
And he knows it. Got locked into scoring mode. Couldn't pull it back.
And Miami calls their first time out of the game. So it's both teams making substitutions here. Now here the 2K leaderboard with last season's top rebounding teams. The Warriors, 4th.
And they were so awesome last year on the boards, blocking out, maintaining position, and finishing off possessions with the rebound. They are physical, and that effort afforded them a ton of extra possessions.
Johnson kicks to Babbitt. Johnson the screen. Trying his luck deep. The Warriors pull it in. Pachulia's got 3 rebounds now in this one. McCaw, the pass to West. And that one hits back iron.
And, you know, coaches just love players who they can count on to give that effort defensively.
Yeah, he sat in that mid-range area, which can be a no-man's land defensively, but he quickly moved over to contest.
Now here's Johnson, following the miss by David West. And here's Livingston. Pass to Pachulia. Releases from 15. That drops, and it comes off the assist from Livingston. Now it's a 6-point Warrior lead. Johnson dishes to Ellington. Back to Johnson. Reed a screen. 6 on the shot clock. From downtown. Ball's knocked loose.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
Livingston passes to McCaw. And it's West in the corner. Passes it to Livingston. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And he deserves a lot of credit for what he was able to do at the line last year. 86% from the stripe.
The first free throw is good.
And no secret here. This is what you need to do with the lead. Hit your free throws. And they're having a great second quarter at the line.
JaVale McGee's checked in for Pachulia. So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2. The Heat trail by 7. Ellington kicks to Johnson. He feeds it to Reed. Puts it up from 17. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. McGee's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Dishes it to West. Now McGee. West inside. He's guarded by Johnson. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. The Warriors have missed 2 free throws in the game, going 5 for 7.
And their free throw percentage as a unit last year, 76%, right around the middle of the road.
He misses the free throw. That's off as well, so he misses both.
And with their struggles at the line this quarter, that free throw percentage has dropped down to about 55%. That's not going to get it done.
Now here's Ellington. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Out to the wing. Johnson outside. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession.
All right, a moment to see the stats for Johnson. How he performed last season. Last season, he averaged 8 points a game, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. And for him, it's all about getting better each time he takes the floor.
Iguodala outside. Back to Livingston. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. He'll take his 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the game right here. And he can't get the first one. He hits the 2nd from the line. The Heat trail by 8. Johnson outside. There's the feed to Johnson. To stop the drought. Doesn't get it to drop for him. And it's the Warriors taking it the other way. When this game is done, they'll be off to Orlando and they'll take on the Magic. That puts them squarely in the middle of this 5-game road trip. Picked by West. Livingston dishes to Iguodala. 6 on the shot clock. Here's McGee. Off the left rim and out.
Well, the D wasn't awful, but it wasn't stifling either. He really should have made that shot.
Johnson, the pass to Babbitt. This is his first free throw of the game. He's off on the first. Good on the second free throw. Here is Livingston. 1:52 left to play in the first half. Feeds to McGee. 5 to shoot. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A 3-point play chance here. The Warriors have gone 6 of 11 from the line tonight. And that one misses. The Heat trail by 9. Johnson outside. Johnson kicks to Ellington. The dish to Babbitt. Johnson left side. Heat moving the ball around. And the pass to Babbitt. Pulls up on the wing. That's in there. Johnson with the assist. Babbitt's got 5 points so far. 1:12 left to play here in the second quarter. Kicks it to McGee. Livingston dishes to Iguodala. And yes, it's good. Iguodala's got the lead up to 9 now for the Warriors.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Reed a screen. Ellington kicks to Johnson. There's 45 seconds left now here in the second. Shot clock at 5. And the shot falls short this time.
You know, if you're going to go set a pick, you really have to be committed to it. He simply did not do a good enough job to get his teammate open.
And out of bounds as the Heat gain possession.
Not exactly sure what was happening there inside the heads of the players, but very frustrated they couldn't capitalize on the opportunity.
Whiteside's checked in for the Heat. And the Warriors also making a change. Clark, he's checked in for McCall. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Johnson kicks to Whiteside. Puts it up from 15. And he gets the kind bounce as that one drops in for him. 17 points in the game. Here's Clark. Picked by West. Off the screen. And it would have counted had it fallen, but it's offline. So we've reached the end of the first half of play. Warriors ahead. They lead by 7. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Alongside Steve Kerr and Coach, what is the offensive approach going to be in the second half?
Well, we just have to do what we do, move the ball and wear them down with our ball movement, our cutting, and our spacing, and set better screens, all the usual stuff.
Yeah, it always seems to work out for you in the long run. Thanks, Steve. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after this break.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And we're halfway through this one. The new NBA season getting underway. I'm Ernie Johnson. Got Kenny the Jet Smith. Got Shaquille O'Neal. Always great to be around you, knuckleheads.
Thank you, brother.
Klay Thompson putting in some serious work for the team tonight. He had 13 points, 2 assists, and 4 rebounds. He struggled in their last game, but he's not having any problems tonight. Really good first half for him. He was right on the mark. Hey, big fella, what's your take on Golden State so far?
Well, they really dictated the pace of the game with their transition game. They got out on the break every chance they had, and the time they could push the tempo, they did. And a lot of times it kept the defense scrambling like eggs with the cheese and apple juice.
And Kenny, what are your thoughts on Miami?
It looked like they were shooting threes blindfolded. Sometimes you could get cold, but that was atrocious. It was scary. But they also looked scattered out there, and I think that disorganization was the main issue for them missing those shots. They need to establish themselves better into a better rhythm in the second half and avoid relying so heavily on the three-point shot.
So that'll do it for now as we send you courtside with Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K crew for the start of the second half.
And now the third quarter about to get going. You look at Hassan Whiteside in this game. Guys, he's everywhere.
How about a double-double already? I mean, this is the sort of energy performance that just energizes your entire team.
Well, ending a game with a double-double is typically a good night. Ending the half with one, well, that's some amazing work.
Warriors leading by 7. We've got Luke Babbitt. Deion Waiters is out there with Dragic. Then there's Whiteside. That's the group on the floor for Miami.
Yeah, easy call.
The Warriors have had some good chances at the line, but only gone 6 of 12 from the stripe. First free throw is good. And so he makes both from the line. The Heat trail by 9. Outside Dragic. He dishes it to Whiteside. Warriors with the rebound.
Ill-advised shot there.
And he knows it. Got locked into scoring mode. Couldn't pull it back.
Here's Babbitt. Dragic kicks to Whiteside. And they double up Whiteside. And there's the call on Pachulia. That's his third foul of the game. Pass to Magruder. Good ball movement here by the Heat. Raiders on the wing. 6 to shoot. Baseline J on the way. He's off on that one. Good D by Thompson. Pachulia the pass to Durant. And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway. Green, no luck. The Heat trail by 9. Lets it go from 14. Miami no good on that time either.
And out of the gates here in this second half, they have not started well. 0 of 3.
Stolen by Waiters. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. Outside Dragic. Over a minute and a half into the third quarter of action. Just 5 on the clock. And he uses the glass on the layup. Dragic has got 7.
Well, they missed their first 3 shots, and after that maybe they'll get some air underneath their wings a little bit. Well, Dragic is very good with the basketball, but it seems like he's even better after he gets pressured. He does not dribble himself all that often into situations he can't find his way out of, either with the bounce or with the pass.
And with Dragic and his lack of turnovers, Brent, it's one of the reasons why he can play both guard positions with ease.
Well, I like how he can be aggressive, yet still play under control. That's when he's at his best. When the floor opens up and the Dragon has some space, he can light you on fire.
Agreed.
Well, Kevin Durant, KD, is such a once-in-a-generation talent at his size. I mean, at 6'11", to be able to shoot the ball with the range he does and with the ease he does makes him such a scoring machine.
And both free throws good for Durant. And for Durant, there have been players close to 7 feet that can shoot like he can. But you know, Brent, rarely can they hurt you in transition the way Kevin does.
Well, Kevin, if he operates like that as a guard in the half-court offense, you can imagine when he gets out in transition what a 7-foot guy with that athleticism and length can do to finish off the break.
And it's the Warriors on the break. A shot by Thompson, and no one's around. And the lead now, double digits on that bucket.
And he could be the guy to put this game out of reach.
Yep, wanted to put another nail in the coffin and using those hands as a hammer.
And the Heat call time here. Klay Thompson with a strong contribution so far in this one.
And he's in a complete groove right now. I don't think they can stop him altogether, but they at least need to make him work a little harder than he has been.
These are the players who had the most success from deep last season. Second, Stephen Curry.
The bucket must have looked 3 feet wide to him last year. I mean, very deserving in terms of that spot among the league leaders from 3.
Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. Pass to Magruder. He tries for three. It's good from long range. 9 points in the game so far.
Now, some guys have a hard time finding their teammates in those possessions. Dragic is always looking to dish to get it to the open man.
Thompson outside. Babbitt grabs the board. Babbitt's got 6 rebounds now in the game. He kicks it to Dragic. They set the pick. Shot off the screen. The Warriors pull it in. Green's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Curry dishes to Thompson. The 17-footer. And it's Thompson again missing.
I have no clue what happened with the defense there, but they should be thanking their lucky stars that somehow he bricked that golden opportunity.
Now here's Waiters. And not sure what he was thinking there. It's Durant on the wing. Lets it go with a 3. And it's Hassan Whiteside with the rebound. Whiteside's got rebound number 11 for him here tonight. Again, the miss by the Heat. Warriors leading by 8. Curry kicks to Thompson. Jacks up a 3. And again, no good by Golden State.
Well, he got off to a terrific start from the perimeter, but in the second half, he can't seem to build on that early success.
Dragic the pass to Waiters. Pachulia with the steal. And up the court come the Warriors on the break. Thompson from long range. Babbitt grabs the board. Babbitt's got rebound number 7 for him tonight.
Yeah, his shot just doesn't seem to be synced up right now. Here's hoping he finds it soon because his team is really going to need that production tonight.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Johnson, he's checked in for Luke Babbitt. McCaw, he's checked in for the Warriors. For Miami, they have really struggled at the line in this one, well under 50% so far. And the free throw, no good. And when you see, Greg, this team play with Draymond Green, you can see that he's the heart and soul of the club.
As impressive as Green is on the stat sheet with all the triple-doubles, his intangibles are just as valuable. Steph Curry's the MVP of the league, but Draymond Green is the MVP of this team.
Here's Dragic. Kevin Durant picking up that last basket. Pass to Waiters. 18 feet out. Thompson with the rebound.
His offense just has not been there tonight, and he needs to step up his game because there's still time to recover.
Again, the miss by Thompson.
Oh, boy, I tell you what, they don't get much uglier than the quarter he's having.
Yeah, his confidence really nowhere to be found right now, and he's lost all rhythm in that jumper.
Now, here's Dragic. 7 points in the game. Miami no good on that time either.
Yeah, those are the shots that you expect him to make. You've seen it before, and so far, just not on his A game tonight.
Warriors leading by 8. Thompson right side. Outside Durant for the 3. That doesn't go either for Durant.
That is fantastic defense on one of the best three-point shooters in the league. Didn't give him an inch of room.
Passes to Waiters. Back to Dragic. 4 on the clock. Elbow shot is on the way. No good. And Golden State will go the other way with it. They've led by as many as 11 points. Back to Thompson for three. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Curry's got 5 assists in the game.
Yeah, you would think a coach might have talked to his defense about making the adjustment on him, but right now, he's just lighting him up.
Yeah, it's got to be concerned with all the missed shots here, and every team goes through cold streaks. You just got to figure out a way to stay productive.
You just don't want to get to a point where you're forcing too much, not just letting the opportunities come within the flow of your offense.
Wayne Ellington's checked in for Miami. Tyler Johnson comes in for Goran Dragic. And the Warriors also making a change. Iguodala's checked in. The Heat trail by 11. Johnson kicks to Whiteside. He feeds it to Ellington. Fires the three. The Warriors pull it in. Green's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Again, Durant missing.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Rebound by the Heat. Whiteside's got rebound number 15 here tonight. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, we've seen the Warriors become a powerhouse franchise, but sometimes great teams can overlook opponents. But Coach Kerr takes a cue from Greg Popovich and talks about what he calls appropriate fear. Draymond Green explained, you're not going to be scared or back down from anyone, but have appropriate fear, which just means respect them. Respect that they can beat you. Kevin?
Thanks, D.A. It's always about focus.
Man, that is not an easy shot right there. I mean, he had to get it off over a much taller defender.
And smart to do that on the perimeter rather than go inside.
Now here's Johnson. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Whiteside dishes to Johnson. Miami no good on that time either.
He's not picking his spots out there right now, at least not well. He's forcing low percentage opportunities, and it's no surprise the frustration right there on his face.
Whiteside, no good, and it's the Warriors' ball. It's been 8 unanswered points for him. The wide open look for Durant, and a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Curry's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. Now here's Ellington. Back to Johnson. Johnson the screen. Johnson the pass to Johnson. Down low. Whiteside. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. They get Stephen Curry.
You know, what's amazing about Curry isn't just how dominant a shooter or player he is, but very few guys in the history of our game have actually changed it. And I think Steph Curry is rapidly moving into that category. I mean, now you see defenders who have to guard 35 feet away from the basket. You know, you generally don't see guys his size dominate the game when they don't feature that next level athleticism. So for what he's done, man, it is just incredible to watch.
Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. JaVale McGee's checked in for Durant. Ian Clark comes in, and it's Livingston in for Curry. Both good from the line that time. And with Curry, he's changing the game at the pro level and also for the future. There are going to be a lot of kids mimicking his play style.
You can bet in 10 years there are going to be a ton of sharpshooters who modeled their game after Curry. I don't think anyone saw how he revolutionized the game when he first entered the league.
Now here is McGee, and out of bounds as the Heat gain possession. Well, folks, tonight a great rebounding game we're watching in progress. And now, you know, with that in mind, let's take a look at the all-time record for rebounds in a single game. How about Wilt Chamberlain with 55 rebounds back on November 24th, 1960.
And guys, that's one of those records that always seemed to me impossible to break. I mean, in the modern era, nobody's even sniffed that 55 rebound mark. I mean, heck, a lot of teams don't get 55 rebounds in a game, and Wilt's owned it since 1960.
Now here's Johnson following the miss by Draymond Green. Here's Ellington. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist.
Well, that's one of his best attributes is his passes hit guys in stride.
Livingston kicks to Green. Here's Clark. Here's McGee. And so it looks like the Warriors will retain possession here. West is checked in for JaVale McGee. Just 5 on the clock, and taken away by Johnson. Dishes to Johnson. Now the feed to Ellington. Johnson outside. 6 on the shot clock. Shot's good by Waiters.
Yeah, he can be just lethal from the perimeter. Even though he didn't get good looks in the first quarter, will that make right there? That could change things.
Now here's Livingston. Feeds it to Clark. Iguodala kicks it to West. And again, no good by Golden State. The Heat trail by 10. There's the dish to Ellington. The pass to Johnson. Kicks to Ellington from 13. The Warriors pull it in. 17 points was their biggest margin. And Iguodala with the basket, the assist from David West. Iguodala's got 5.
Just a great job of attacking on the break.
Yep, he got up ahead of steam, and no one could come over to stop him.
Johnson the screen. Here's Waiters. Unable to get that one. Good defense by Iguodala. Warriors leading by 12. Clark kicks to Livingston. Pass to Clark. 41 seconds left in the third quarter. He dishes it to Green. That 3 off the mark. Miami's gone 2 of 5 with the three-point shot since coming out of the break. Here's Johnson. The putback, Whiteside, controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
As soon as Whiteside leaps for that offensive rebound, you just know he's going to finish off that play.
Picked by West. Livingston dishes to Green. Again, the miss by Green. Johnson, the pass to Waiters. Beyond the arc. No good. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Warriors lead by 10. Back after this from the American Airlines Arena. And a moment ago inside the huddle with head coach Steve Kerr.
Right now is when we go good shot, great shot, right? Right now is when we talk on every screen down here and switch and ice and all the stuff we do on point.
That's Steve Kerr. This is what his teams do. They take away a lot of easy shots, easy baskets.
Yeah, you heard him. Ice the screens. Communicate. Give me everything you've got defensively.
The fourth quarter just moments away now as we welcome you back. And Golden State looking at who they've got. Clay and Iguodala, the potent wing pair. Durant is out there with Pachulia, and it's Curry in at the 1 spot. Now here's Dragic. No good with the triple.
Well, the D looks like they're laying off just a little bit. He made 1 3 in the first half, but they're still daring him to shoot, and he can't make him pay for it.
Over to the wing. Here's Magruder. Back to Dragic. Charity stripe shot. Another miss by Dragic. Warriors leading by 10. And Curry has it in the corner. Off target from three-point range.
Yeah, he's not hitting much of anything, but his team remains in front because of what they've done and how well they've been scoring.
Dragic gets the bucket.
Well, we all know how confident Goran Dragic is when it comes to scoring inside. Nice shot selection there for him.
Curry kicks to Thompson. pick by Pachulia. Curry with a wide open look. An absolute bomb from three-point range. We've gone about a minute and a half into the fourth quarter. Johnson with it. Johnson in the corner. Back to Johnson. Good ball movement here by the Heat. Here's Whiteside. Excellent D there from Pachulia. Golden State's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. With the floater and the layup by Curry.
Well, he approaches the rim strong there and then flips up the teardrop.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Whiteside dishes to Johnson. Back to Whiteside. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
And that's what you want to do with Whiteside, feeding him the ball in the paint where he makes the defense collapse.
Whiteside. 2. And that one misses. And the Heat making a change here. Babbitt's checked in. And he's good on the second. Here's Curry. Pachulia with the screen on Dragic. It's Curry outside. Good for another field goal. Number 5 in the night. 5 for 10 shooting.
And they clearly are just destroying this group right now from the three-point line.
Well, they've been on a roll ever since the break. Doesn't seem to matter whether the shots are open or there's a hand in the face.
Timeout called, the Heat.
Just trying to get a break in the action to clear some heads here. I mean, they've gone ice cold, and not a bad idea to give them a little quick breather.
Well, take your breather, but then come up with a game plan or a set that produces something high percentage. Let's get back on track.
On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, during that break, Eric Spoelstra had some words for his team. He was not happy with their shot selection, and he let them know about it. He said, "We're taking low percentage shots, guys. Space the floor, make the extra pass, and work for those shots in the flow of the offense. Stay with the plan. We'll see if they can get it going."
Outside Dragic to the paint, and you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
And that one misses. And when you watch Dragic, the thing that sticks out is how easy it is for him to create something out of nothing, Brent. It's like he's seeing a different game at times.
Well, first of all, Kevin, he has the advantage of being a left-handed player, and it's always difficult to guard those. And then secondly, he uses his speed and his pull-up game with great effectiveness. That's why that field goal percentage for him has always been very, very efficient.
And there's the whistle, fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. They get Andre Iguodala.
And while Dragic doesn't get to the free throw line all that often, when he does, he's usually pretty good.
Shooting 2.
First one falls for him. And good on the second, so he makes them both. Here's Curry. He kicks to Thompson. Outside Durant. Pass to Curry. Fires the three. The basket good off the assist from Durant. Durant's got his 4th assist in this one.
He's given them a little bit of everything this quarter, but his scoring has been absolutely dominant.
Here's Magruder. Passes it to Dragic. Right side a screen. Lets it go. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. They get Stephen Curry. Free throw drops for Goran Dragic. Both free throws good from Dragic.
Yeah, sometimes in a game you settle a little bit before settling in, and right now I think he's a big factor in how they're getting to the line.
Iguodala left side. Bucket is good. Thompson's got 20 points.
Almost uncontested. I mean, it's nice to be able to add to the lead without having to really work for it.
They're looking like a beaten team at this point, letting him get to the basket with such little resistance.
Now here's Johnson. Here's Babbitt. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Shoots from 14. Count it, and the Warrior lead has been cut down now to just 12 points with the basket from Dragic.
Phenomenal shot by Dragic there that left the D feeling helpless on the possession.
Here's Curry. Thompson outside. Inside. Here's Iguodala. And Whiteside sends it back. And he's able to get it back. Now here's Dragic. The feed now to Johnson. Dragic against Curry. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. Pachulia. And so he's picked up his final foul, and he will sit for the rest of this game. And the Warriors making a change here. Green's checked in. And that one misses. And he sinks the second. Warriors leading by 11. Curry kicks to Green. Green with a screen for Thompson. Back to Green. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
Free throw good, Green. That one misses. The Heat trail by 12. Dishes it to Babbitt. Johnson outside. The kick out to Dragic. 5 on the clock. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
Excellent fake from Dragic there. Eyes on the rim and draws the foul.
Free throw drops for Goran Dragic. He hits both from the stripe. Brent, you think about free throws, getting a shooting foul is one of the best outcomes offensively for most players, and we've got guys in this league that can really do it well.
Still, one of the most important aspects, Kevin, of an offensive thrust is to show the officials during any game that you're willing to attack the rim and go in there with fearlessness. Most of those guys end up getting to the free throw line and shooting very effective shots. You're always looking for 1 point per possession, and if you can step to the free throw line with nobody around you unguarded and knock a couple down, it benefits your team.
How often, though, do you think that's the best shot as opposed to driving, drawing a couple defenders in there, then kicking it out?
Well, I think
what the analytics would say on that.
Well, I think you have to be really selective on who it is that you're kicking it out to. But certainly the free throw is one of the most important shots in the game of basketball. And usually the most aggressive team is going to shoot more on a nightly basis.
The Heat trail by 10. And here is Waiters. A good look from Dragic. And with that one, the lead is trimmed to single digits. Dragic has got 14 points here in the second half. Curry passes to Thompson. Back to Curry. From the corner. That's short off the rim. The Heat have gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Whiteside kicks to Dragic. To the inside. From 12 feet out. Goes back up. Count it, and the Warrior lead has been cut down to just 6 points, and the bucket from Hassan Whiteside.
Ever since Hassan Whiteside has got the starting nod, he's shooting 60% from the field. And it's close shots like that that he lives on.
Durant, no good.
Might want to stop shooting from out there right now because it's just not working. He needs to look to get his teammates involved at this point in the game.
And there's the call on Klay Thompson. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Two shots.
And the first one drops. And both free throws good for Waiters. Warriors leading by 4. Outside Curry. Green, the screen. Shot from the wing. He feeds it to Thompson. Durant kicks to Thompson. The basket good off the assist from Durant. 22 points for Klay Thompson.
Yeah, nothing too fancy. Just getting the job done when they need to. Make every possession count.
Now Curry. Lets it go with a 3. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Andre Iguodala. That will get him his 4th foul of the game, and due to the bonus, we'll head to the line for 2. The Heat trail by 6. Heat moving the ball around. Here's Babbitt, guarded by Green. Curry against Dragic to the inside. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line. Warriors leading by 3. It's stolen by Dragic. Fires from 18 and right on target. Good. Dragic has got 21.
Superb confidence from Dragic there to go with the pull-up jump shot on that play.
Feeds to Iguodala. They set the pick. Thompson inside the line. Nice teamwork to set up the pick play and make the space for the J.
Textbook. Nice pass. Great catch. Even better finish.
Here's Whiteside and the jam by Whiteside.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points.
And he has starting to turn it on now after that slow start.
Pass to Magruder. Whiteside dishes to Dragic, and he gets the bucket. 23 points in the game.
You love to see the resolve from an offensive player after a disappointing first half. He's been terrific here in the second.
Outside Durant. Good on the triple.
Well, you can see and maybe feel right now him getting into the comfort zone out there after dropping the second 3 of the half.
Whiteside a screen. Babbitt kicks to Dragic. Green, the pass to Thompson. To the middle. Here's Whiteside. That one misses. Excellent D here by Iguodala. Durant in the corner. Outside Curry. Thompson outside. Down low. And Iguodala with the basket, the assist by Thompson. And now a 6-point Warrior lead.
Beautiful setup. Put that pass right where it needed to be.
Whiteside a screen. Shoots off the screen. Great D that time from Green.
Now that's terrific defense at the rim. Got right in his path.
All instinctual because he knows where he needs to go and then force the opponent to do something about it.
Now here's Green. Fires for 3. And it's Dragic with the rebound.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Up and in on the layup. Dragic has got 25 points in the game.
And that's why Goran Dragic is considered elite in this league, by making huge shots like that.
Green, the screen. They set the pick. It's Curry outside. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Thompson's got 6 assists in the game.
What a final quarter these guys are having from downtown, just burying the threes in bunches.
Well, really, their execution on the perimeter has been very sharp, in a groove that's hard to slow down.
Dragic against the bucket.
With time in this one running out, Goran Dragic shows some guts, taking and making the shot.
Green, the screen. Curry dishes to Thompson. Three-pointer. And Stephen Curry another 3. And the Warriors lead by 8.
So good at picking his spots. He always knows exactly what the team needs from him offensively. That's why they hold the lead.
Jones checked in for the Warriors. Dragic with it, guarded now by Durant. Babbitt kicks to Dragic. 43 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Here's the dish to Whiteside. Takes a shot at the elbow. Good on the shot. Whiteside's got 36.
Well, that's really a nice spot to find Hassan Whiteside and get him the ball. That's bread and butter stuff there.
And they go to the intentional foul. James Michael McAdoo's checked in for Jones. A chance here to possibly put it out of reach.
This is when you really need to maintain your focus.
Good on the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And the Warriors making a change here. McGee's checked in. And so both free throws are good. And it's an 8-point game. Now a timeout called by Miami. They trail by 8. 32 seconds left in the fourth. And here are the Heat now. Here's Dragic. And it comes off the front of the rim. Durant kicks to McGee. 1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Curry passes to Green. McGee dishes to Durant. Back to McGee. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Babbitt kicks to Dragic. Inside. Stolen by McGee. So we see the Warriors get the win here. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion they did, you have to feel good about it. Really an outstanding effort all the way around.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Clay, what is the key to the way you played tonight?
You know, I'm just used to the pace of the game by now, and my teammates do a good job of finding me when I'm open, so all credit goes to them. I just catch and fire when I'm open.
And they found the shooter, and he shot. Thanks, Clay. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll wrap it up, folks. So for David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, Brent Barry, and the whole 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for being with us. Now we'll head over to the award-winning Ernie Johnson, who's not too far away. EJ?
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Welcome back, friends and neighbors. Ernie Johnson along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny Smith as we move forward to the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Stephen Curry. Man, did he heat up in the second half. Everything coming up roses. It's amazing what he's capable of when he gets going. What'd you notice about his performance, Kenny?
What more can you say about Steph Curry? The man has done it again tonight. He is the most electrifying shooter in the history of the game. I'm going to say it right now. In the history of the game. He is a leader, and his will to win is unparalleled.
At home, Ernie, on the road, Kenny, doesn't matter. This guy is impossible to handle when he gets rolling. Crowd was doing his best to fire this guy up and get him to respond, but nothing worked. He was too much for him. Great night from a great, great player.
And that's it for tonight, but we've got a whole new NBA season ahead of us. For Shaquille O'Neal, for Kenny the Jet Smith, for Kevin Harlan, wherever he might be, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. We'll see you again very soon.